Welcome back to the show. It's no secret that Steve Warrington is a talented horseman. He has over 5,000 career wins, with 31 million in purses won. Throughout the years, Stevie's made an impact at tracks around the country, from California to New Jersey, and was a major force behind the success of the Iron Mare and world champion Sanibel Island. The famous pacer was a Maryland-bred gal who raced until age 8 and hung up her harness with a stupendous retirement ceremony right here at Ocean Downs. However, the standardbred sport isn't Steve's only passion. He's got a love for music that matches that of harness racing. And why not? He was playing guitar before he was driving horses. Stevie started playing when he was around 10. He first learned how to play bluegrass, but he's a fan of all kinds of music. Stevie has his own music room/studio in his house and has recorded a CD with several tracks. But the song that took the racing world by storm is a little ditty called The Continuing Saga of Second Rate There, about that one horse in the barn that can't seem to win a race, but he's always super close. During the music video, you'll see Stevie's nephews helping him out. But actually, on Warrington's CD, he plays all the instruments except for the drums. The percussion was laid down with a drum machine, but he is the talent behind the 2 guitars, a harmonica, and a bass that are heard on the CD. The Galena, Maryland resident recorded each instrument on a track and then was able to put all the tracks together for the complete song. We sat down with Steve recently at Ocean Downs when he was at the Berlin, Maryland racetrack to see what's been happening in Warrington's world. So Stevie, I haven't seen you around too much, a little bit at Harrington. Ocean Downs is open. What you been up to?
You sure you get around if you haven't seen me?
Well,
I've been around.
I know that, you were like Galena, Maryland royalty and all, but I know you've been out of town a little bit, right? You just have a small stable of horses?
Yeah, not training too many anymore, renting out stalls at the farm and playing a little music and pushing snow, cutting grass, the routine stuff. But it's always nice to get back to Ocean Downs. I started out here when I was 12 or 13. I remember we used to sneak under that fence back there to paddock horses, and we'd hide when the guards came around because my dad was short of help and he needed help in the paddock. And it was so much fun. We had the first stall in the barn. You always put the carpet down and make your tack room, and when you're kids you think this is the greatest thing there is. And we'd even get out of school early every year to come to the track. A week left or 10 days, he'd go in there and tell them, look, I got to have the boys to help. And so we were doing good with our grades. So we started out here, and it's always nice to come back here.
Wow, it's so funny. I didn't realize we had so much in common. I mean, I knew you grew up at the racetrack, but I did the same thing. The other day we had a tent set up like in our backyard, and my stepdad Jimmy was joking and saying, man, I wish I had a tent like this when I was growing up. And I was like, I did. I grew up in like a pop-up camper at Rosecroft, or like slept in like the tack room at Ocean Downs. And that's so much fun. Like, people that didn't grow up around the track might not think that sounds like so much fun, or kids nowadays, but the big things that you would soak horses' legs in that like come up to their shoulders, that was like a swimming pool for us, right? It was good stuff.
Yeah, well, even before that, we took horses out here in the bay and swam them. Some people would take them with rowboats, but most everybody just shuffled them out there and got on their back and swam for, the sore horses back here. And then, of course, right across the street, they had Man of War buried, and they had a nice big boathouse that's all probably gone now, so you could go over there in a rowboat and It was fun. I think we stayed in a motel right across the river the whole summer, and it was a great way to grow up.
Well, you mentioned that you're still playing a little bit of music. Now, tell me, like you're just playing with your family. Okay, I do confession time that I edited second right there. Okay, all right. On YouTube, if you go to the Post Time YouTube site, I have the continuing saga of Second Right There, which is like our masterpiece video on harness racing. Stevie does such a great job, putting this entire video together along with my cameraman and my editor, Robert. But I edited it out, but I'm going to make amends on that because if you go to the YouTube site, I'm going to put that as my feature video, and I'm not going to do my director's cut. I'm going to put it in its complete version. Okay?
That sounds good to me. I mean, the first time I'm on YouTube and my video gets edited like it's X-rated or something, I said, whoa.
Well, that I did all that just so we could make this big deal about it.
And
So
you're
now
gonna make
everybody's
up for it. Now you're going to make up for it? Okay, good deal.
everybody's gonna be like, "Whoa, what did she take out? I'm gonna have to look at it now." So tell me, you still playing with the family? I know one of your sisters is a great singer.
Yeah, we still play around a little bit. It's a lot of fun, and being able now that I'm not racing so much to meet a few other musicians around that are good, and that's always fun.
And now, what about your house? I know we did an episode of Cribs, Stevie Warrington style, and you had your clothes, instead of a dresser, they were in a china cabinet. Is that still the deal?
No, we put China in that cabinet now.
Good to know.
Then the truck, the red truck is gone.
Oh, wow. That's sort of a bummer. Okay. Well, you're racing here at Ocean Downs. Tell me about the couple of horses you have. You have one, El Camachino. I'm not saying that right?
El Comanchero means ranch foreman, and her name's Ranchero Hanover. She was a Western Hanover, and I bred her and had another colt out of her. I named him Cowboy Artist because I was tired that day from cutting grass. So when the USDA called me to tell me, I tried to name him Cowboy Up, and actually I should have named them both Turtle, really, but anyhow. I was tired and I was thinking he was by real artist, so I named him Cowboy Artist, but he's a blissful haul. But the guy said, hey, it's a good name, why don't you keep it? And I mean, they haven't lived up to what I'd hoped they would, but they got me back to Ocean Downs, and that's nice.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. Best of luck, and we'll see you down here more often. Thanks.
I know it's hard to hide from you. I'll see you again.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me this morning. We have exciting live action at Ocean Downs. Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. 7 p.m. is our post time. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you at the track. God bless.